Hey Busy Bees! I hope you've had a great week. Today I'm going to be sharing with you some sandwiches. To be honest, I do not like cold sandwiches. I think it was all those years of packing the boring turkey, ham, cheese sandwiches that just kind of turned me off to them. But I do love a hot grilled panini sandwich. So that's what we're doing today. 3 exotic Asian panini sandwiches. First off is my take on the classic shaking beef in sandwich form. And then I'm making a spicy pork with kimchi panini. And then finally, a Thai-inspired lemongrass tofu panini. These are all so delicious and unique. If you guys love sandwiches, be sure to give this video a big thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for more delicious recipes. And we'll go ahead and get started with our first panini, which is the shaking beef panini. I'm starting with 1 pound of beef that I'll thinly slice. Traditionally, shaking beef is cubed, but because this is going to go into a sandwich, we're going to thinly slice this baby. Cubes are a little tough in a sandwich. I'm using a chateaubriand cut here, but other good options include top sirloin, ribeye, or if you want to go real fancy, filet mignon. Perfect, I'll set that aside and now I'll work on my marinade. In a bowl, I'm adding 1 tablespoon of sugar, 2 cloves of minced garlic, 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, 1 tablespoon of fish sauce, 1 teaspoon of rice wine vinegar, and a 1/4 teaspoon of sesame oil. I'll mix it all together, and then I'll add in my beef. I'll mix the beef around, making sure each slice is coated with the yummy sauce. And now I'll just let it marinate for about an hour to overnight to really absorb the flavors. Alright, once I'm ready to cook the beef, I'm just going to prep a little bit more. I have a red onion. I'll take half of it and slice it up. Boom. Set that aside. Now in an extremely hot pan, I'm going to add some oil. Let it smoke up a little bit, and then I'll add my beef a little bit at a time. I want a smoking hot pan to really sear the meat. Now, if I overcrowd it and stuff too much meat on the pan, it'll steam instead of sear. Now I'll throw in a little bit of my onions, and I'll just move things around to cook evenly. Perfect. And because this is called shaking beef, we're gonna give the pan a good shake. That's where the name came from, shaking beef. It really only takes a couple of minutes to cook this since the pan is smoking hot. If you want to see a full tutorial on how to make shaking beef and tomato fried rice, go back to my very first recipe episode from 2009. Hi everyone! So today I'm going to be making my famous shaking beef. It's sort of embarrassing, but what a difference, right? Same but different kitchen and same host, but so young back then. I was a baby. Now we're gonna make a sriracha aioli. In a bowl, I'm adding a 1/4 cup of mayo, 1 tablespoon of ketchup to mimic the tomato fried rice that I usually pair with the shaking beef, and a tablespoon of sriracha. Mix, 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 and it's done. Perfect. Using the sriracha aioli, I'm just gonna spread it on 2 beautiful slices of bread. I'm using sourdough here because I like the crunch, but you can use any type of bread you'd like. I'm gonna add a little bit of Swiss cheese, layer that on, put on our smoking hot beef, get some onions in there. Stubborn little guy. I cooked my meat medium well here, but if you want it a little more rare, just sear it for less time in the pan. It'll continue cooking in the panini press. Add a little more beef. Now I'm gonna add some fresh slices of tomatoes, some watercress, because that usually accompanies my shaking beef. A little bit of cracked pepper. Okay, a lot of cracked pepper. Close the sandwich up. I'll brush on a little bit of olive oil so it crisps up in the grill. And now I'll put it on my panini press on high. And just like that, we have a smoking hot shaking beef panini. If you guys don't have a panini press, not to worry. All of these recipes can be made in a pan just like grilled cheese. Oh, smells so good. Take it off, add it to my plate, cut it in half. Now I have to show you guys. Ta-da! Smoking. It looks so good. And it smells amazing too. Let's give it a try. The meat is juicy and tender and super flavorful. Paired with the cheese, it's like a combo match made in heaven. And I also really love the crunch of the bread too. This is so good. Okay, but moving on, I'm gonna be sharing with you a spicy pork sandwich with kimchi. This sandwich is inspired by the Korean kimchi taco that's super popular in food trucks nowadays. To make our marinade, in a bowl, I'm adding in a 1/4 cup of gochujang, which is fermented chili paste, a tablespoon of sesame oil, 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, 2 teaspoons of rice wine vinegar, 1 tablespoon of honey, 1 tablespoon of minced ginger, and 2 cloves of finely minced garlic. I'll give it a good mix until it comes together. It's nice and shiny. And then I'll add in some thinly sliced pork. For the pork, I'm using sliced loin here, but other good options include tenderloin, even pork butt, which is really tender because of all the fat. I'm using about 1 pound of pork here. Then finally, I'm throwing in 2 stalks of chopped green onions. Mix with my tongs. Make sure each one is coated with that yummy sauce. And then I'll put it in the fridge for about an hour to overnight to marinate. Once I'm ready to cook, same thing, in a hot pan, I'll add some oil, super sizzling hot, and I'll just add my pork. You have to work quickly, making sure the sauce doesn't burn because it has sugar in it. I'll throw in some onions. Shake. For this one, you want to cook it through. So it takes about 5 minutes, and that's it. For a more in-depth spicy pork tutorial, I have a video for that too, so go check it out. On my sliced sourdough, I'm just gonna spread on some plain mayo here. The sandwich already has a lot of flavor. Add some Monterey Jack cheese, our spicy pork, a little bit more. Lay on the meat. Some sliced avocado to add some creaminess. Avocados pair so well with Korean food, FYI. And of course, some kimchi to add some crunch and our Korean flair. Close it up, brush on some oil, and let's grill this baby. Oh yeah, look at that cheese oozing out. Oh, it's like my favorite part. Alright, I'll put it on my plate, cut it up, show you guys what it looks like. Smoking hot. Oh my gosh. And here's our spicy pork panini. Let's give it a try. This sandwich right here is for those of you who love spicy foods. It has a nice kick to it, and I love the crunch from the kimchi, and the creaminess from the avocado really helps to cool everything down. I love this sandwich. Okay, moving on to our last one, which is the Thai-inspired lemongrass tofu that's also a vegetarian option. First, we're gonna start with our tofu. I have 1 pound of tofu that I'll just thinly slice, about 1/4 inch thick. I'll pat each one dry with a paper towel. These babies pack a lot of water, so get ready to have lots of paper towels. And now for the tofu marinade. In a shallow baking pan, I'm gonna add 1/4 cup of chopped up lemongrass, 1/2 teaspoon of kosher salt, 1/2 teaspoon of sugar, 1/4 teaspoon of ground turmeric, 1/4 teaspoon of red chili flakes. Mix it all up, just so we can distribute the flavors evenly. And finally, 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. I'll mix it again, and then I'll just dip and rub my tofu slices. Perfect, it's done. A little bit of seasoning really goes a long way here because tofu is like a sponge that absorbs everything. So I'm just gonna marinate this for about 1/2 an hour. Once it's ready to cook, I'm just gonna add a little bit of oil to my pan. Okay, a lot of oil to my pan because we're gonna pan fry these babies. Let it heat up, and then we'll add our tofu slices. I'm gonna fry each side for about 3 minutes until it gets nice and crispy. I'll check on it to make sure nothing's burning, and then it's ready. And now let's make our spread. Here I have a 1/4 cup of mayo and some Thai red curry paste. This will add so much flavor. Give it a good mix. If you guys are really strict with your vegan or vegetarian diet, you can swap out the mayo for vegan mayo too. Now I'll just spread it all over my sliced sourdough. Add on some Swiss cheese. Layer on the tofu. Add some cucumber slices. Some carrots. Red bell peppers. I love the crunch from the red bell peppers here. An extra one. And some cilantro. It's kind of like a banh mi, but not really. Oil it up. And then add it to our panini press. Let it sear up. And ta-da! Perfect grill marks. Alright, slice it up and look at that. So colorful, I love it. I love all the colors that peek through here, and I'm so excited to try this. That was so good. I really get that hint from the Thai curry aioli, and then paired with the lemongrass tofu and the crunch from the vegetables. I have to say, that one is my favorite out of all 3 of them. Which one would you guys try? Comment below and let me know what kind of paninis that you guys like to eat too. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!